Hello everyone, how are you? Now we are going to start with the next part, that is your third part of your negotiable instrument, and that is your bill of exchange. Now when we are talking about your bill of exchange, let's see what exactly is your bill of exchange. Now bill of exchange has been defined under section 5 of your Negotiable Instrument Act of 1881. Now exactly what they mean is an instrument in writing containing an unconditional order signed by the maker directing a certain price to be paid to certain sum of person only in money or to the order or a certain person to the bearer of that instrument. So that basically means to say a bill of exchange is nothing but a particular instrument which is again containing a monetary value where one person is directing another person to make a payment to the another person. So that means to say how many number of parties are involved. Please do think over here till the time we are going to come and start with that. So over here basically a bill of exchange is also a negotiable instrument which is having in writing, which should be unconditional, which should be signed, which should be stamped. All these same things are there which we have already done in your promissory note or your negotiable instrument essentials. Now few of the points I think you must have already got it. Let's see in depth what are the further points which are being stated over here. Now one more thing before we start, see, bill of exchange is something similar to your check. So always remember whatever points we are covering up over here are also going to be covered up in your check also. And itself in the definition of a check itself it says it is something which is a bill of exchange. At the start only you will see that it is something like a bill of exchange. But yes, there is a difference. Over here it has been your bill of exchange has been defined under your section 5, and what is going to be defined under, we will see further. So over here first do the essential part of a bill of exchange. Now everyone must have known first part, as usual it should be in writing only. So over here whenever a particular bill of exchange is being made, okay, one more thing, when we are talking about a bill of exchange, it is something like a regular bill which you must have come across into day-to-day activities. Now truly speaking, till in our day-to-day activities your bill of exchange is not that much being used, but yes, someday in some point there were the utilization of bill of exchange, especially when we are talking about your huge transactions, especially when we are talking about a wholesale marketers and all. Those people are not having day-to-day monetary value or in cash in hand kind of transaction. So that's why they are generally utilizing these bills to be passed from one person to another person to another person to another, until the time it has been finally been given to a one person who will collect it from the original person, the amount of money. That's why it is called to be as bill of exchange, a bill which is being exchanged every now and then by one party to the another party. Second point, your number of parties. So over here please, there is one more difference. The number of parties involved in your bill of exchange is 3. How you can just think over that, how 3 we are talking. One is a person who is a drawer, who draws the bill of exchange, who is making the bill of exchange. Another person is a drawee who has to be make the payment, जिसका नाम दिया गया है, and he is going to make the payment. And the third person who is entitled to make the payment, who is going to pay, the person who is going to make the payment. So these are the parties who are certain, whose names are being mentioned in the bill of exchange. So that's why they can also be called as acceptor. Now one more thing, a particular drawee and the particular acceptor of that particular amount of money can be one person also in the bill of exchange. That's why there are generally 3 parties, and at times you can say 2 parties also. The next point is something similar to your earlier promissory note. That is, it is always an express order to pay. Expressly, I am deciding, okay, in the future period of time, you are going to make the payment to Mr. So and so much amount of money. So over here, I have expressly declared about the payment. Next part is order to pay money only. Similar to the earlier point, over here also we are going to make money only the payment. We are not going to say car le lena, ghar le lena, jewelry le lena. No, nothing. It has to be a money only. It has to have a certain sum of money. No XYZ is allowed. It has to be 5, 50, 40, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh, whatever you want. It has to have a certain sum of money. Again, it has to be signed. See, these are the documents. Unless and until you are putting a sign, it is not going to have any value. That's why it has to be signed by the parties, whoever is been transferring or whoever it is making. Next, again, for your bill of exchange, again it has to be stamped. So in promissory note also you are stamping. Over here also you are going to stamp. Further, we all know formalities, all the legal formalities as per the legal requirement. You are supposed to require and fulfill the formalities. Intention with the delivery. Intention and delivery is most important. My intention should be there that in future I am going to make the payment. Then only it will have authenticity. Otherwise it will not. उस पेपर को जनरली पेपर बोला जाएगा, बट एक डॉक्यूमेंट या एक ट्रांसफरेबल चेक, बिल ऑफ एक्सचेंज, प्रॉमिसरी नोट बोलने के लिए मेरा इंटेंशन होना चाहिए मैं फ्यूचर में आपको पेमेंट करने वाली हूँ. सो दैट्स व्हाई इंटेंशन इज इम्पोर्टेंट. एंड एट द सेम टाइम मेरा बिल ऑफ एक्सचेंज मेरे ही पॉकेट में रखा है, नो वैल्यू. इट हैज टू बी अ प्रॉपर डिलीवरी फ्रॉम वन पर्सन टू अनदर, अनदर टू अनदर. दैट्स व्हाई एक पार्टी नहीं है. कितनी पार्टीज है बिल ऑफ एक्सचेंज में? 3 एंड प्रॉमिसरी नोट में 2. And finally, all the formalities as are required by the contract. So over here, bill of exchange, one more important thing I will tell you. Bill of exchange currently might not be into that much of usage. But yes, this is one of the part of your negotiable instrument which was and it at still some point of time holding a importance. Now similar, it can be your inland bill of exchange, your foreign bill of exchange. Inland, which is been made in India, payable in India. Foreign, which is been made in India, might be foreign, payable in foreign. That's why it is called to be as a foreign bill of exchange. Over here, we'll stop for the bill of exchange. Next part, we are going to talk about your check. Thank you.